Hej, siemano wam wszystkim ludzie, z tej strony Tadeusz Norek i witam was z kanału The Moment of Silence. Słuchajcie moi drodzy, kontynuujemy naszą przygodę. Jak sami możecie zauważyć, trafiliśmy do kanału, w takim razie rozejrzyjmy się tutaj. Aczkolwiek boję się, że będzie tutaj system korytarzy, w których będę się gubił. Dobra, widzę, że mamy pierwsze rozwidlenie. Mogę przejść pomostem na prawo, tu leży jakaś puszka. Albo biec dalej prosto. Dobra, chodźmy najpierw tędy. Wow, jak ta kamera się tutaj obraca fajnie. Mamy przejście.
You could easily get lost in here. You could almost think that this is a maze. But I'm sure it's not. I'm sure I'll find my way all right.
A jestem pewien, że się zgubimy, po prostu. Mamy jeden długi, wielki korytarz. O, poczekajcie, bo mamy chyba kolejne rozwidlenie. Mamy tutaj jakieś przejście. Mogę biec prosto. Nie mam zielonego pojęcia, dokąd biegnę. Ale gdzieś na pewno dojdę. Aha, to wygląda jak ślepy zaułek. Ściana zabita cegłami. Tutaj dalej nie przejdę. Ale słychać szczury. Nie podoba mi się to. Jaki ten korytarz jest długi, masakra. Gdzie ja w ogóle dojdę? Okej. Mamy przejście kolejne. I dotarliśmy tak naprawdę, nie wiem, tu są jakieś schody w dół, zejście? Tak to wygląda. Dokładnie. Kurde, ile tych poziomów w dół schodzę. Są jakieś śmieci, są drzwi, mam nadzieję, że będą otwarte. Ponieważ strasznie długo tutaj szliśmy. No. Mamy Fulton Street prawdopodobnie. To wygląda jak jakaś stacja metra. Ale jest strasznie ciemno. Nie widzę tutaj nic interesującego. Czyli co? Taki kawał biegłem w to miejsce, żeby tutaj nic nie zauważyć? Nie no, musi coś tutaj być. Mamy jakiś przełącznik, okej. No i nastała jasność, i to mi się podoba. Teraz ekran automatycznie się obrócił. Co my tutaj mamy? Gablotka.
What do you know? A map. This will help me out.
Wziąłem mapę metra.
A subway map.
Dobra, może mi się to do czegoś przydać, ale... Do czego? Tu już nic więcej nie ma. Jest co prawda koksownik, ale nie jest klikalny. A ja tej mapki podpalić nie mogę, przyciąć nie mogę, z niczym w sumie połączyć nie mogę. Nawet nie mogę na nią spojrzeć. Dobra, chyba nic tutaj po mnie. I teraz znowu taki kawał będę musiał się cofać do pierwszego rozwidlenia, gdzie poszliśmy pomostem w prawo. I obstawiam, że będę musiał iść tam prosto. Myślałem, że coś w tej skrzynce będzie, jakieś bezpieczniki albo coś, ale jednak nie. Aha, tutaj na prawo iść nie mogę, od razu automatycznie schodzimy w dół. Bo tutaj w dół chyba też pobiec nie mogę, nie? Czy mogę? Nie mogę. Okej. To był ślepy zaułek, z tego co pamiętam. To my musimy biec w dół ekranu. Moi drodzy, pomału i tak zbliżamy się do końca tego tytułu, a potem będę przeprowadzał ankietę na YouTubie, z czego kolejny let's play. Mam dwie tak naprawdę propozycje, ale na razie nie będę nic tutaj mówił. Poczekajmy, myślę, że jeszcze ten odcinek i dwa kolejne i zakończymy tą seryjkę. A potem co będziemy ogrywać? No mam dwa fajne tytuły. Który będziecie chcieli obejrzeć jako pierwszy, to zależy tylko i wyłącznie od was. Tak czy inaczej te dwie gierki ogram. Dobra, mamy kolejne przejście. Okej, tam są jakieś drzwi. To wygląda tak, jakbym ja tam miał biec. A chcę zobaczyć, czy mogę biec tutaj. Też mogę. I są jakieś schody w dół. O kurde. No mamy tutaj system korytarzy, ale widzę, że dalej pobiec nie mogę. Czyli wychodzi na to, że jednak muszę wbiec tutaj. Tam na dole widać jakieś czerwone drzwi? Jakieś przejście, na pewno. Tylko problem jest taki, że Peter nie chce tam pobiec. Więc może faktycznie tam nie mam biec. Może serio tutaj coś znajdę. Okej. Kolejne przejście. I znowu mamy schody w dół. I kolejne drzwi. Dotarłem na kolejną stację.
Hey, an old subway station. That's the stop Lafayette Avenue. I've been here before. Unbelievable. Nothing has changed, really. They even left the lights on. Only that everything looks pretty much run down. Straight ahead. There are people. I hope they're okay.
Okej. Są jacyś ludzie, świetnie. Przynajmniej nie będę tutaj sam. I będę mógł się dowiedzieć jakichś cennych informacji. Co tutaj się odpierdziela?
Only an ancient telephone. From back then when you actually had to dial the numbers.
Dobra, budka telefoniczna nie jest aktywna. Przynajmniej nie ta. Tak czy inaczej nie mam żadnych żetonów ani karty w ekwipunku. Faktycznie, jest tutaj jakiś Charlie. Chodź, porozmawiamy z nim.
He doesn't seem to be in the mood for a chat. He doesn't seem to be in the mood for a chat.
Czyli to jest kobieta. Jest Yuri.
Hello? Hello? Hey, are you not talking to me? Well, then don't talk to me.
Yuri nie chce z nami porozmawiać. No dobra. U mnie w pracy jest Yuri. Ale tak się rozglądam, bo tutaj Leży pełno elementów na ziemi. Może mógłbym coś zabrać do ekwipunku, ale chyba nie. Widzę, że te przedmioty nie są aktywne. Za to mogę wejść do tego wagonu. Profesor.
Hello. Excuse me for barging in here. I didn't mean to bother you.
Who the hell are you? What do you want here?
Calm down now, Charlie. Good evening, my friend. You look as if you've got a problem. What brings you to me?
You're the guys from the airport, right?
Perhaps.
I'm Petera Wrighta.
That's right. I have seen your face on the telescreens. You're dead, aren't you? Shot to death escaping from Governor's Island. A Luddite brought to justice by the state.
I'm not a Luddite.
You're not?
No. Or... I don't know, really.
Well, you're definitely in trouble, Peter.
Yeah. Tell me about it. You have a problem with that? I mean... Because they say that I'm...
Not at all. It's got nothing to do with me. And I do not want to get involved in anything. You have to do what feels right. And right now, you have to hide.
How right you are. There was a shooting in the park. Somebody got killed, but those bullets were meant for me.
Let's get rid of him. He's only gonna set the cops on us for sure. Let's get rid of him, Professor.
I really don't know where to go anymore.
Have you got a messenger on you?
No. No, I just threw it away, that damn thing.
Good. Got any other electronic equipment?
No, I have... nothing left. Absolutely nothing.
Good. You can stay here.
That's a stupid idea, Professor. What are we gonna do with all these damn guys? They're getting more and more.
Leave it, Charlie. The man here needs help. And he deserves it, too.
I thank you so much.
You're safe here. Take a rest.
Great, just great.
Dobra, ale chciałbym z nim porozmawiać na jakieś różne tematy.
I don't think I want to drink that.
Pusta butelka, tak?
May I ask you something?
Of course, my friend.
Mam pytanie związane z tą stacją metra.
I have a question regarding this subway station.
Wspominał pan, że było tu też parę innych osób.
You mentioned several other men being down here.
Yes, we have another guest down here. A Mr. Graham Oswald. He looks just terrible.
Graham Oswald? Where is he?
He's lying next door in the car. He's not doing too well. He's got horrible injuries. He told us that he escaped from Governor's Island.
I have to see him. Now.
He's been tortured. He's much too weak at the moment and can't talk to you now. I think we'll all be lucky if he ever recovers.
You don't understand me. I have to see him. Now.
Okay. Go then. But don't strain him too much.
Czyli mamy tutaj pana Oswalda, no proszę bardzo, jakie będzie miłe spotkanie. Mam nadzieję, że uda nam się doprowadzić go do żony i dziecka, albo żonę i dziecko do niego. Gliny nigdy tutaj nie zaglądają.
The cops never come down here?
Oh, yes, sometimes. But they are very, very careful.
The gas explosion. I've heard about it.
Yes, a terrible thing. I told Yuri, but he's just so impulsive. The cops have cut down their searches since then. If they come down here, they bring heavily armed troops with infrared localizers and night vision devices.
And then? What do?
We use an escape tunnel and play cat and mouse. They haven't got a chance. Once they had a converted infobot with them which rode the rails back and forward. That was close.
So what did you do?
Well, it was really an old model and based on an algorithm that one of my assistants had developed, full of errors. I knew the software, of course, and the admin password. I delivered my wayward son a Philippic by means of basis commands. Then he traveled back like a good boy and registered that he could find nothing out of the ordinary.
Chodzi o Grahama Oswalda.
It's about Graham Oswald.
Czy on powiedział ci coś jeszcze?
Did he tell you anything else?
He begged us to take him to his family. He believed that he'd never see them again.
That is impossible. They are looking for him everywhere. And they will not let him get away again.
And we can't transport him either. He's lost too much blood. and if we move him, he'll bleed to death.
Dlatego to my będziemy musieli prawdopodobnie jego rodzinę sprowadzić do niego. Wie pan, jak on się tutaj dostał?
Do you know how he got down here?
He told us he swam from Governor's Island to the bay. I just don't know how he could have done that. Then he crawled into one of the massive waste pipes at the port and lay there after moving a couple of 100 meters. Yuri found him there.
It's a miracle that he got out of there alive.
Wie pan, o co został oskarżony, prawda?
You know what he's accused of, right?
We don't ask what anyone has done or why they come to us. He needs help, and that's what matters.
You just don't want to hear anything, right? Did you never think about why the Luddites do such things? And why they're wanted, chased, and tracked down by the police? Why they get tortured like this in prisons just like Governor's Island? Tell me, who do the Luddites really threaten?
I told you, Peter, I am not interested. I would help anyone who is suffering and needs my help. What separates us from machines, computers, programs, and clients is that we are human beings. And that's what it's about, being human. That's the only thing that no machine will ever be able to copy.
Yeah, maybe.
Mam również inne pytania.
I have another question as well.
Mam inne pytania.
I have another question as well.
Mogę zapytać o coś osobistego?
Can I ask you something personal?
Of course, no one has any secrets here.
Dlaczego Charlie mówi do pana profesorze?
Why does Charlie call you Professor?
That's easy. Because I am, or better said, was a professor.
A real professor? At university?
Are there any false professors? Although on second thought, you're right. I was a real professor who was replaced by a false professor.
And what was your special area?
I was professor of computer linguistics at the Institute of Technology for 20 years.
Wow. But that's a pretty qualified job. How can it be then? I mean,
You mean, how did I get down here? Figuratively and literally, down here.
yeah. What happened?
Well, you know, Peter, I was part of the Mindscape program. We were dealing with improved AI structures, neuronal networks, and so on, in a project commissioned by the government. Maybe you know our first results from what's being applied in the infobots nowadays.
Sure. But the infobots have room for improvement.
Of course. They were just our first attempts for industrial use. We had got much further at the Institute. Then I did something that was actually fantastic. I wrote a program that was cleverer than I was.
But that in itself is not a bad thing.
Yes, but this program made me dispensable, and it took over my job. Quite ironic, don't you think?
And an electronic tutor replaced you?
Yes, it was an AI routine that is being used a great deal now. It was also used and further developed by Professor Emerson's people, and they were rather successful.
Znał pan Emersona?
You know this Emerson?
Yes, of course. He was a fellow student and one of the most talented in our year. He was asked by the NSA to work on this Echelon 2 project directly after finishing his studies.
He's dead. Did you know that?
Yes, of course. Plane crash, wasn't it?
Yes.
It wasn't too difficult to guess that. Emerson had always been a man with principles. He worked quite fanatically on his projects. And later on, he worked just as fanatically to stop them. It was foreseeable that this Luddite thing would kill him sooner or later.
Dlaczego nie został pan jednym z nich, to znaczy jednym z luddystów?
Why are you not one of them? I mean, one of the Luddites.
The Luddites? You mean I would have enough reasons for joining them?
Well, yeah. After all you told me, you would be the ideal...
You have to decide. Either you take the path Emerson took,
or you do nothing.
that is unfair. I have chosen life.
This life.
Yes, this life. I look after Charlie. I help people like you. That's life. Responsibility, charity, selflessness. Not hate and destruction and ambition and dreams of freedom. Dreams that can never come true.
You are running away from reality.
No, Peter. You are fleeing from reality. You cannot turn back the hands of time. And you can't force reality to change by means of bomb attacks.
I did not do that.
Oh, yes, you did. And you know that if you are trying to live a life that doesn't exist anymore, then you'll only neglect living the life you could live. And in the end, you end up without a life at all.
I haven't got any kind of life since this system destroyed my life. That is what I have to change.
Whatever you think, you will see that you will end up with nothing.
Mam też inne pytania.
I have another question as well.
Mogę zapytać o coś innego?
Can I ask you something else?
Of course, my friend.
Od jak dawna jest pan tutaj?
How long have you been here already?
Let's see. It's got to be about 15 years now.
15 years? You have been living in this subway here for 15 years?
Not just in this subway station. In the beginning, I lived in the station directly under the Institute of Technology. Somehow I had a need to be close to it. But that stopped after a while. And when I picked up Charlie, we moved here. This car is better. And in this part of the subway system, there are fewer rats, too.
And do you plan to get old here?
I am already old.
Well, not that old anyway. Yet.
Ile ma pan lat, profesorze?
Then how old are you, Professor?
60. Why are you interested in that?
Well, it's not so easy anymore for a man your age to live down here. So you were 45 years old when you got here.
Exactly. In the prime of my academic career. But you know, Peter, it does get better being down here as you get older. You get physically weaker, but at the same time less demanding. I need no luxury. Do you know Diogenes?
He lived in a barrel.
Isn't that an attractive ideal? I think I'm coming quite close to that.
Subway philosophy.
It's better than fighting against windmills up there.
Z czego pan żyje?
What do you live off?
You've already seen us at the airport. We beg. You don't have to be ashamed to beg. It's an honest and tiring job. Take a look at the criminals in business suits from the United Bank Trust.
You've got a point there. But how do you do this actually, without a messenger? Because nobody can give you money.
The people have to take the trouble to buy us something.
And some of them do that?
Some do.
And you never get in trouble with the cops?
I think they have been given orders to leave us in peace. We are irrelevant. It is just a waste of time and money to bother us. They have got us under control as long as we are above ground. And when we are down here, they can't harm us. It's a convenient life.
Jest jeszcze coś.
There is something else.
Mam również inne pytanie.
I have another question as well.
Chciałbym dowiedzieć się czegoś o Charlie.
I would like to know something about Charlie.
Jak go pan poznał?
How did you get to know him?
Charlie came to me as I was living under the Institute just after my dismissal.
Came to you?
Yes. He was one of the kids that were orphaned during the street fights in the Lower East Side. He fled into the subway system and was running about in the dark on his own. A 6-year-old boy.
Oh, goodness gracious. And then he met you.
Yes, I was just getting to feel at home, and then this poor little guy suddenly came into my car in the dark. And he's been with me ever since.
Then you are like a father to him.
And he's like a son to me. I don't know what I'd do without him now.
I feel the tears coming on now.
To dlaczego tak na mnie reaguje?
Why does he reject me so?
Damn you, why don't you just ask me, man? And I'll show you why.
Do you see what I mean?
Come on, Charlie. Leave Mr. Wright alone. He's fine. Maybe a little misdirected, but okay. You know, Charlie doesn't like it when new people join our family. He doesn't like to share. Do you understand? He's afraid of losing me, because he's already lost his parents once.
Great. You just go on and tell him what a damn crazy man I am.
Charlie, haven't we had enough of that? You have to learn to deal with yourself. You want to be an adult? Well, act like an adult then.
Can that guy just damn disappear?
They're after him, Charlie. Don't you understand?
They could put him in jail for all I care.
Charlie.
Let it go. I'll talk to him myself about this.
Oh yeah, that'll be great. I'm just so looking forward to it, man.
Zbuntowany nastolatek, tak bym powiedział.
Can I ask you...
Of course.
Czy będą jeszcze jakieś opcje dialogowe? Chciałbym dowiedzieć czegoś o Charlie, mogę zapytać o coś osobistego.
Can I...
Of course.
Mam również inne pytania. Nie, chyba porozmawialiśmy na wszystko.
Thank you, Professor.
No problem.
Dobra, ja bym chciał porozmawiać z panem Oswaldem.
Mr. Oswald. Is that you?
Mr. Wright. Well, opened up all the moving boxes by now?
Oh my God.
I look terrible, right? This prison isn't exactly a holiday resort.
Yeah, I had that impression too. Damn bastards. But it'll be okay. You need a doctor, and then everything else will be...
I don't think I need a doctor.
Oh, come on. We're gonna make it.
He's lost a lot of blood. He keeps on passing out.
I want to see Tommy and Debbie.
Can't we stop the bleeding?
Doesn't look too good.
Mr. Oswald, I've read your diary.
Oh, yeah? Interesting. Don't you think? My God, I was such an idiot. I was so stupid. I should have realized it was all for nothing.
Your diary was absolutely invaluable to me, Mr. Oswald. It was not all in vain. I was able to locate one of the target coordinates of the system. A coordinate which I got from the Bermuda platform.
You were there?
I blew it up. But I don't know where the center of this system is located. I need a second coordinate in order to have a point of interception on the map.
One of the coordinates is stored on my computer. You have to enter the password.
What is the password?
Get Tommy and Debbie here.
The password. What is it?
Double think.
He's delirious.
Doublethink. The password is doublethink.
If you can make it to the airport, you'll find a private plane on runway 12. It's been fully refueled. Maybe it could take you to the center of the system. In any case, you have to get out of here.
Mr. Oswald. Mr. Oswald! Is he...
Only unconscious. Leave him alone.
Hello? What can I do for you?
Hello, Mrs. Oswald. Are you home? Mrs. Oswald? Mrs. Deborah Oswald?
Yeah?
Mrs. Oswald, unfortunately, I have to inform you about your confinement to the house. Please don't get yourself into difficulties. You have the right to remain silent. Please stay away from the door.
Pardon? Confinement? What do you mean?
It's not that hard to comprehend, is it?
Confinement? Why? Who are you anyway? Show me some identification first.
Type 2 scenario, right? Shall I?
No. There's also a child in the house. I'll do it. Mrs. Oswald, I'm asking you to cooperate with us to make things easier for us both. Thank you. Please comply with the following instructions. You have the right to move freely in your apartment. You are not allowed to use any communication devices or to open any windows. Otherwise, we will be forced to make use of firearms. Are the instructions clear enough?
Mom, who are they? Did they take Dad too?
Be quiet, Tommy.
Did you understand that, Mrs. Oswald?
Yes. Yes, I understand.
Good. Now it will be your obligation to let your son be aware of those instructions as well. We certainly don't want your child to get hurt, right?
Oh my God.
That's all. Number 2, attend to the door.
Yes, we can.
Good.
And what are we going to do now?
We're going to wait.
Czekamy, ale na co? No widzę, że sprawy zaczynają się komplikować. My znajdujemy się w kanałach, nie możemy wchodzić na powierzchnię. Panią Oswald pilnują jacyś tam agenci. Z panem Oswaldem porozmawiać nie możemy, bo stracił przytomność. A my prawdopodobnie będziemy musieli jakoś dostać się do naszego mieszkania.
Hey, Charlie.
What's up?
Can I talk to you very quickly?
Oh, man. No. Quit bugging me, man.
Mogę o coś zapytać?
Can I ask you something?
No.
Dlaczego jesteś taki wkurzony?
Why are you in such a bad mood?
Am I, man?
Yes, you are.
Well, that's just my business.
Of course. Is it really because of me? Because I'm putting you guys out?
No, man.
Okej, chyba z Charliem jeszcze...
There is some...
Dlaczego jesteś taki wkurzony?
Why are you in...
Am I, man?
Yes,
Well, that's just...
of course.
No, man.
It's okay.
You can...
Dobra, wydaje mi się, że z Charliego tak naprawdę nic nie wyciągnę.
Can I... May I ask you something?
Of course, my friend.
Mam pytanie związane z tą stacją metra.
I have a question regarding this subway station.
Jak mogę się stąd wydostać?
How can I get out of here?
But you've just arrived, Peter. Don't you want to take a rest first? By the way, what do you want up there? Where they are looking for you. They'll probably put you straight under arrest.
That's probably true.
It's better if you only move around in the tunnels. That's an excellent possibility.
I wszystkie te stacje metra mają ze sobą połączenie?
Are all of these subway stations still connected to each other?
Yes, of course. The whole network has been kept the way it was. There are just no subway cars running because of the safety issue.
And are you familiar with the surroundings down here? You probably are, right?
Of course. But Yuri is our tunnel specialist. He knows them like the back of his hand. If you want to know anything, then you should ask him.
A najgorsze jest to, że my próbowaliśmy porozmawiać z Jurim i on wcale nie jest chętny do rozmowy. Ma pan dla mnie mapę?
Do you have a map for me?
A map? No, you don't need one. Yuri will show you the way and take you where you want to go.
I'm sure I'll find the way by myself.
You can check out the tunnels. Maybe you can find an old map that's still intact. Ask Yuri, though.
Dobra, mapę udało nam się zdobyć. Być może nie jest ona kompletna.
Thank you.
No.
Ale dobra, postaram się jeszcze raz porozmawiać z Jurim.
Hello? Hello? Hey, are you not talking to me? Well, then don't talk to me.
Może coś będę mu mógł przekazać. No nie. No to co w takim razie miałbym dalej robić? Z Jurim porozmawiać nie mogę. Charlie też nie jest zbyt chętny do rozmowy. Profesor mi powiedział, żebym porozmawiał z Jurim.
Can I...
Of course.
I would like to ask a question about Yuri.
Odmówił mi pokazania drogi.
He refuses to show me the way.
Well, that's the sensitive Russian soul, I guess. Have you insulted him? Or hurt his feelings?
Not that I know of. He seems to have some other problem. One that he already had before.
It's probably because of his shoe. He lost it when he brought Graham Oswald here, and cut up his foot badly on the gravel between the rails.
I understand. I would give him one of mine, but let me see, how could I help him?
Czy to możliwe, że on nie mówi dobrze w naszym języku?
Could it be that he doesn't speak our language that well?
Why do you think that? He's actually very good.
But he doesn't respond when I address him.
Then maybe he's still too drunk. Or already too drunk. Or he's contemplating something. It'll be okay soon. You just wait.
Jak Yuri dostał się tutaj?
How did Yuri get here? How long has he been down here already?
Yuri was my student. He came on an academic exchange program to me. An extremely talented young man. He was responsible for the programming of conversation strategies and world knowledge. He created, for example, the conversation AI of the first infobot generation.
Conversation AI? Are you serious? Actually, he doesn't strike me as the talkative type. Then what is he doing down here? With that kind of qualification, he would immediately get a job at Central Robotics.
He doesn't want a job at Central Robotics. Yuri has always dreamed of programming a cybernetic poet. I suggested that he write his doctoral dissertation on this topic together with me, if he'd have got that far.
Cybernetic poet. So you mean a Dostoevsky bot? Or how else do I have to imagine that thing?
Something like that. but nothing came of it. And Yuri decided to come with me instead of continuing to program conversation routines for elevator inquiries.
Actually, I can absolutely understand that. Because it's just tiresome to have such conversations on a normal daily basis. To design them must be even worse.
Dobra.
Can I...
Of course.
Thank you.
No
Czyli wiemy, że Yuri zgubił buta. Być może my tego buta będziemy mogli gdzieś znaleźć. Kiedy mu go oddamy, to wtedy będzie chętny, żeby z nami pogadać. Yuri przyprowadził pana Oswalda i po drodze zgubił buta. Czyli może wyjdźmy na zewnątrz i się rozejrzyjmy. No bo tutaj raczej buta nigdzie nie ma. Obstawiam, że jeżeli zgubił gdzieś buta, tylko jak się stąd wydostać? W sensie, jak stąd wyjść? Tutaj mamy wózek. My przyszliśmy stąd. Okej, dobra. Po prostu porozglądajmy się na ziemi, na te wszystkie elementy, które tutaj leżą. Może faktycznie gdzieś będzie jakiś but, którego będziemy mogli zabrać. Może tu gdzieś... Tu jest strasznie ciemno, też by się przydało jakieś światło. Albo tu gdzieś jakiś but może leży. Tam dalej iść nie mogę. Okej. I wszędzie słychać szczury. Tutaj coś leżało, mi się wydaje tak. But. Okej, mamy buta.
A shoe. Pretty damaged. Could that...
Może to but... O.
What do we have here? An old shoe.
Założyłem sznurki jako sznurówki i but wygląda jak nowy. A skoro mamy buta, to być może tego buta będę mógł teraz przekazać Yuriemu i będzie mógł nam pokazać drogę do... drogę wyjścia. Yuri skaleczył się w nogę. Nic dziwnego, że nie chce z nikim rozmawiać. Skoro go boli, no to gdyby mnie coś bolało, też bym nie chciał z nikim rozmawiać. Nie byłbym w humorze. Więc obstawiam, że Yuri ma podobnie.
There. I repaired the shoe as much as possible.
Thank you, my friend. Oh, that is really nice of you. Okay, come with me. I'll show you the turnoff at the back of the tunnel. We have to walk through the dark a bit. Then you go through another door and into a second tunnel. Go straight ahead past the large sewer pipe. From then on, you will be able to find your way on the map.
Thanks, Yuri.
Say hello to my bots for me. Tell them I'm fine.
Made it. If Yuri's description was correct, I should be able to climb up to our building from here.
Dobra, ale to wygląda jak ślepy zaułek, szczerze powiedziawszy. Jest jakaś deska, którą mogę zabrać. Aha, na górze jest szyb wentylacyjny.
I can't get to it.
Nie mogę dosięgnąć. Być może coś jeszcze będę mógł tutaj... Aha, gdybym wszedł na tą deskę. Gdzieś na pewno wyjdę, ale muszę wspinać się ostro do góry. Wyszedłem w sroczu.
I did it. 23 damn floors. I have to be careful now.
Jeżeli gościu się wspinał na 23 piętro z kanałów, no to dziękuję. Mi by ręce odpadły. B&T bym mu mógł pozazdrościć. To mi jeździ na hulajnodze.
Tommy! Tommy! Psst. Tommy! Tommy! Come here! Please! I'm over here! Right here behind the door!
Mr. Wright, why are you in there? You have 2 men in our house.
2 men? What men? Where are they from?
They have black suits, and they don't have names. Only numbers like 1 and 2. And they won't let us out of the house. They are...
Bad guys?
Yeah.
Did they say what they want?
I think they are looking for Daddy. And for you.
Is your mom okay?
She is scared. And I'm scared too.
Of course you are. Don't worry. I'll get us out of here.
Did you find my dad?
Yes. Yeah. I did find your dad. Listen, Tommy. You have to help me now. It's very, very important. You have to listen very carefully. And then you need to do exactly what I told you. Can you do that?
I will.
Good. Now listen. Go to your mom right now and tell her that I'm in here, that I found your dad. And then you tell her to type a password into your dad's computer. That password is doublethink. Can you remember that?
Of course.
What's the password again?
Doublethink.
Very good. Next, she will see a map on the computer screen. She needs to print out that map. Did you get that so far?
Yeah.
Okay. Then you too have to find a way to come here and meet me here in the floor toilet. Just make up some excuse, okay?
And then?
And as soon as you're both in here, we leave. And get out of here, Tommy. To see your dad. He's already waiting for you. Got it all?
Okay.
Then let's go, kid. Go ahead already. Good luck. See you in a bit.
Że ten policjant się w ogóle nie zorientował, że Tommy z kimś rozmawia. Okej. I przejęliśmy kontrolę nad panią Oswald. Dobra, my korzystamy z komputera. Ci dwaj policjanci powiedzieli, że nie możemy korzystać z żadnych telekomunikatorów i tak dalej. A na pewno widzieli, jak tutaj siadamy. A dziwne. Dobra, z Tommy porozmawiać nie mogę. Z tymi agentami chyba też nie, aczkolwiek być może tak. Zajrzę do pokoju dziecięcego. Wziąłem żelki. Aha. Żelki są małe, a kiedy wrzucimy je do wody, to zwiększają swoją objętość. Rozumiem. Klocki mogę ustawiać. Być może jakieś hasło będę musiał ułożyć. Ale na tą chwilę nie mam pomysłu jakie. Rybka Nemo? Łazienka. Żelki wrzucam do kibla
Okay, that's it.
i one teraz prawdopodobnie zwiększą swoją objętość.
They're not swollen up enough yet.
Jeszcze nie spuchły.
They're not swollen up.
Może muszę wyjść i wejść. Wow, zatkaliśmy kibel. A, rozumiem. To jest taki myk specjalny. I teraz powiemy panu agentowi, że kibel się zamknął, chcemy skorzystać z toalety i pójdziemy do toalety publicznej.
Can I ask a question?
Go on.
Czego nas chcecie?
What do you want from us?
Nothing personal, Mrs. Oswald. As what I've just said. Please remain silent, and nothing's going to happen.
What are you here for?
It's not about you. We're looking for a terrorist, and we have reasons to believe that he's going to report to you.
A terrorist? My goodness, nonsense. I don't know any terrorists.
You even know two.
What? Who? Are you joking?
I'm afraid no.
Who do you mean?
I don't want to spoil the surprise for you.
Co my tu właściwie robimy?
Now what are we doing here?
We will wait.
And what are we waiting for?
A visit.
Nobody's coming here.
I think somebody's going to come sooner or later.
And how long is this going to continue?
Until someone comes.
Until then, you both wait here. You and number two?
Exactly. We've got all the time in the world.
Oh, great.
So it's all the more important that we get along with each other. And that can only happen as long as you don't do something foolish.
Jest pan z policji?
Are you from the police?
Perhaps.
Then you are obligated to tell me your names and to show some identification. You can't just push your way in here and detain us.
We can't?
No.
Yes, we can.
Of course we can. Actually, we even have to. Don't be mad, Mrs. Oswald. We're just doing our job. And we all have to do our jobs right, don't you think? You know, my instructor always said, number one, there are two sides to our job. There's the nice side. If the clients cooperate, then we all just sit together, nibble biscuits, drink tea, and nothing's going to happen to anyone. But then there's the other side. The side where the cleaning service has to be called when we're done. I would always prefer tea and biscuits, and I would really appreciate it if you also want to have it that way.
Miał pan wspólnego z aresztowaniem mojego męża?
Do you have something to do with my husband being arrested?
Perhaps.
Where is he? What did you do with him?
We? Nothing.
What do you know about it?
Mrs. Oswald, I already told you. We're not here because of you. Don't burden yourself with the questions when the answers could possibly be unpleasant for you. Let us just wait here. It's better for you. Believe me.
Mogę zapytać o coś innego?
May I?
Please.
Wypuśćcie chociaż chłopca.
At least let the boy go. He's a child, and whatever you want, he has nothing to do with it.
That's irrelevant. Unfortunately, he must stay here.
Just what kind of people are you? How can you lock up a little boy?
I stay here, Mum, with you.
See, he doesn't even want to go. A true little hero. You can be proud of him, Mrs. Oswald. I'm sure he loves to go to school, knows his ABCs by heart already, and he's Mum's little sunshine. Am I right? But he must stay here, under all circumstances. And I hope you understand what I mean.
Do you have children?
What?
Do you have children?
That's beside the point, and definitely not an issue here.
Is it a boy? A boy like Tommy? Why don't you answer me?
Number one?
Yeah?
Shall I take over?
No. You're a clever woman, Mrs. Oswald. You pretty much know when you're supposed to talk, and when you're not.
Okej, ale w jaki sposób miałbym z nim porozmawiać, żeby wypuścił mnie do toalety?
All right.
Hang on, Mrs. Oswald. Where do you think you're going?
Do kibelka.
I...
Sure.
Ile jeszcze mamy czekać?
How long are we still supposed to wait?
I think I've already answered that.
Does that mean you're gonna, like, move in?
We'll stay until our job is done. But don't worry, we won't cause any trouble. Am I right, number 2?
Yep.
You see, number 2 likes you as well. That's a real compliment for you both. But number 2 can also get really nasty. Right, number 2? Right, number 2?
Yes! Don't get on my nerves, or else.
You see?
Mam mały problem.
There's a little problem.
What's the matter?
The toilet is stuffed up.
How did that happen?
The pipes are old. I've called Central Services 1,000 times, but they're just taking their time.
I understand. So what now?
There's a communal toilet outside in the hall. Can I take Tommy there?
No.
All right. Then I guess you'll have to shoot us.
We probably will.
My son needs to go to the bathroom, and we're going to the communal bathroom in the hall now. Understand?
You're not going anywhere.
Come on, number 2. Let them go. Number 5 and number 6 already positioned in front of the house. They cannot escape.
But you will have to explain this to the supervisor.
Yeah. Don't make such a fuss. Go ahead, Mrs. Oswald. I trust you, so don't disappoint me. Okay? If you're not back here in 2 minutes, I'll have to...
I got it.
I'm sure you do. Well, go ahead.
Mam jeszcze inne pytanie.
I have another question.
Okej.
All right. Come on, Tommy.
To jest nasza szansa na ucieczkę.
Mr. Wright, how's Graham doing?
We should really hurry to get to him.
Why hurry? Did he...
Do you have the printout?
Yeah, here.
Good. Tommy? Everything okay? Ready to climb?
Sure.
Up there? Into that duct? We can do that, right, buddy? And let's go. Time is running out.
Mały chłopiec i się wspinać z 23 piętra w dół. Ja bym nie dał rady. A co takie maleństwo?
Mr. Oswald?
Oh God, Graham! Oh my God!
Hey, Tommy, Deborah, it's so good to see you. I am so sorry. Don't worry, young man. Mom will look after you.
Come on, Professor. Let them have a moment, okay? Mrs. Oswald, is he...
Yes.
I'm really sorry for your loss. Did he tell you what happened? Did he tell you what he worked on? What he found out? Where he was most recently?
He tried to. But me... I don't really want to know. I've got to take care of Tommy now.
Your husband didn't die for nothing, Mrs. Oswald. He did something really great. He had more courage and insight than most of us. You can be very proud of him. I'll make sure that his death was not in vain.
What are you going to do now?
I'm going to finish what your husband wanted to do.
And... what did he want to do?
I'll explain everything to you when I get back. The professor and Charlie will bring Tommy and you to a safe place. You'll see to that, Professor, won't you?
Of course, my friend.
Then let's go. I have to get going.
Good luck.
I'll see you in a couple of days. Okay. I hope the airplane's still there like Mr. Oswald told me.
No i dotarliśmy na lotnisko. Musimy wyruszyć prywatnym samolotem.
Made it. From here on, I'll just have to rely on myself. It's really darn cold. I have to warm up somewhere fast.
I dotarliśmy na Alaskę. Musi mu być zimno w tym stroju. Wow. Moi drodzy, w tym miejscu kończymy ten odcineczek. Mam nadzieję, że wam się podobał. Dzięki wielkie za uwagę. Trzymajcie się. Hej!